dirty a little bit and they produce a little less. That's a real world cycle. It's not having somebody out in a backyard polishing a panel every day to get the most optimum production out of it. That's not the real world. But that's what the manufacturers do typically, is that they have a number of panels someplace, they're polishing them up, and that's what they do. That's what they produce. So that, you know, when they say, oh, this is what you'll get from our technology, you know, that's what in an isolated condition one panel will produce in a very controlled setting. When it's in a field and all the real world weather issues and cleanliness issues and ground issues and all that comes into play, the production numbers are very different. But that's what you really get. So that's what the numbers should be based on. So putting 100 technologies in one place, 50 megawatts, each at a half megawatt, same contractors, all doing this, creates interesting data positions. And so we can factor all of these pieces together and come up with a comprehensive and cohesive grading system in conjunction with our educational partner, Texas A&M Central Texas. They have folks that work in their school that work on a program logic position, so they understand things. As kind of my way of looking at it is this bird in the sky, you know, a butterfly in Chicago. If it flaps its wings in Chicago, does it have any effect here? If you take the computational pieces to it, every single variable, and you plug them into a computer, on a molecular level, it's going to have some kind of an effect here. How much? Who knows? Sometimes majorly. You just until you pop it in, the computers only just got to the point that they could even do this stuff in the last couple of years. They couldn't do so many calculations a second until like 3 or 4 years ago, where this stuff was even possible to figure out. What will come of that? I have no idea. You know, that's actually really exciting. It takes them 2 years to work one of those problems. So data access from the main field, all the data harvesting and stuff, coming up with a new matrix of grading now allows each of these technologies that we can put them in a scale. This is what this technology will produce. This is what this technology will produce in one area, you know, at one time, certainly, and we'll run it for a year so that we come up with a number. This is what that technology produced in a year. We'll boil it down to 1 kilowatt so that there's a common denominator, so that you can use it as a homeowner, you could use it as a business owner, you could use it as a utility that wants to figure out what the deal is. So those kind of things come into play quite a bit. And if we can come up with that metric and come up with a program that grades it and accounts for some weather irregularities and solar irradiance changes, then essentially you can determine for your location exactly what this technology is going to produce real world with very little error rate.